Hello and welcome back to Xcom Enemy Within, where apparently we have run out of food. We have been out of food for so long that our soldiers have resorted to eating the bar. My god, I'm going to have words with someone about this. It's just not right. Now, in the last episode, we had a fantastic result from our previous mission, and we only have a few days to get all of the satellites operational over the rest of the world, or at least all of the satellites that we're going to be launching. Only 3 days on light plasma rifle, and for the final satellite to be launched, which will be over the United Kingdom, and only 4 days for a covert operation. Oh, it's all go here in XCOM at the moment. Right, let's see. How many of these things will we be able to get done before we are interrupted by aliens? Brazil and Canada. Ooh. Okay. Request from Nigeria. Weapon fragments. We have, well, quite a lot. They will give us 93 megabytes. You know what? Yeah, well, yeah, okay. I don't mind. Go ahead. Share and share alike. What's good for you is good for me in the long run. And, oh, we've got the light plasma rifle. Fantastic. Let's check this out. Right, research report, COVID, June 2015. Although we continue to gain a better understanding of the alien plasma weapons we've recovered with each passing day, adapting the technology is but one aspect of the process involved in designing these weapons. We must also ensure that the armaments we developed are suitable for firing positions our troops are accustomed to. If the weapon doesn't conform to human ergonomic standards, our troops certainly won't be able to fire it effectively. Unless, you know, we give them more arms? Or break their fingers so that they fit better? I don't know, but I'm sure Dr. Valen has considered other options. As a result of our efforts to reduce the weapon's weight, we've noted a substantial improvement in the overall accuracy of this rifle. In addition to the manufacturing these new lightweight plasma rifles, we can also apply this approach to modifying any plasma rifles captured in the field, and that is very important for us because it means that we are going to be able to use the ones that we have captured. Fantastic. Okay. We've got the light plasma rifle. Guided fusion launcher. Oh no! I've given away too many weapon fragments. Damn it. Oh dear me. Now this is what I want to research next. But because we do these instantaneously, I think we're going to have a look at a few of them. I'm not going to do all of them in one go. And there's a reason beyond it being a little bit too much reading in one episode, and that is for your rank at the end of your council report at the end of the month is based partially on how many different research projects you've successfully researched. And the fact that I can do these instantaneously, yes, I could research all 8 of them now, but I'm fairly sure I'm on track for an A rank anyway. What I might do is just research a few of them now, and then research the rest at the beginning of next month so that they will count towards the next month's unlock. I mean, there's probably not much that I'm going to do with any of this information right now anyway. I think I will go through the organic ones, as these might unlock things that I could use. Gene mods and stuff like that I might want to use before the end of the month. Yeah. I'm fairly certain that, well, maybe the Cyberdisk would have... see, all of these things could have things which would unlock stuff for my mech. Okay, how about this? We'll go with Chrysalids. Cyberdisk. Well, yeah, okay then, Cyberdisk, I guess. I thought it said Chryssalid. On the surface of this object appears to be purely robotic in nature, but we still suspect there may be organic components lurking within. It appears to have a number of redundant systems that give it extraordinary survivability in combat.
We've yet to recover one of these in functional condition from the field.
I very much doubt that's going to happen.
For target practice.
Oops,
At the
I
present
just
time, we know
smacked
that
the
the
mic. Sorry about that.
Cyberdisk, as they've been calling it, is heavily armed, but it shows no clear pattern of behavior on the battlefield.
Made myself a new cup of tea before I sat down. My body is appreciating it greatly. Codename Enigma. So far, we've been unable to ascertain whether this is strictly a mechanical creation or a living organism. Based on our findings, it is an alternative biochemical system based on the silicon atom. Like carbon, silicon can create molecules that are sufficiently large to carry biological information, and since silicon has several chemical properties similar to carbon, it is possible that this could be a new and completely alien life form, with respect to the specimens we've already encountered. Its internal mechanisms seem to operate like organs, giving it the ability to circulate plasma through its core systems, much in the same way blood flows through our bodies. These mechanisms enable the construct to distribute vital functions throughout its body. After further study, it may be possible to use these designs in our genetic modification program to reduce our soldiers' dependence on vital organs such as the heart. What, really? Our unit analysis view, available in the field, should provide additional specifics regarding the species' various combat... My lord. UFO tracking boost available for manufacture, and secondary heart available in Gene Lab. I wasn't expecting that from a Cyberdisk. UFO tracking boost. Activate this module during interception to provide an immediate temporary boost to our unit's pursuit speed. The module will burn out after 1 use. Its technology lets us focus our satellite's computational resources on UFO pursuit and might buy precious time to chase down even the fastest UFOs. Okay. Secondary heart causes soldiers to bleed out instead of dying the first time they go to 0 health in a mission. The bleed out timer is extended by 2 turns. Prevents loss of will from... My God. See, I was reading that, I was like, oh, well, you know, if they bleed out instead of death, well, it's still minus 15 will, which to some soldiers might be death, especially if they were, like, psionic. But, my God, that's good. Okay. Right, next one then. We're going to go with the Chryssalid one. A cursory examination of this creature reveals that it is similar in form to several insect species found on Earth. The multi-layered structure of the specimen's exoskeleton appears to harbour some form of sensory input, possibly as an electroceptor of some kind, much like the duck-billed platypus, I suppose.
So far, including several grotesque examples of trauma resulting from the emergence of its young,
yeah.
we've taken to calling this specimen a Chryssalid.
I could think of several more colourful names, really. Ridley. Yes. I get it. Well played. Even after years of research and study, until now I had never encountered something that is quite as beautiful yet equally as deadly. See, I told you Dr. Fallon was weird. As this species, though I guess I could see where she's coming from. Unlike the other aliens we've encountered thus far, it's an arthropodal in nature, plated in a sleek black exoskeleton. The Chrysalids, as we're calling them, based on their reproductive habits, measure over 3 meters long from nose to tail and stand almost 2 meters high when perched on their hind legs. Their attack is not only extremely deadly, but also necessary for their reproduction, as the intended victim is not immediately killed, but instead turned into what can only be described as a mindless shell, akin to a zombie, which serves as a host to its offspring. When a human is bitten, an embryo is injected into the host and immediately begins to gestate. Once gestation is complete, which remarkably lasts only minutes, a newborn chrysalid will emerge, destroying its host in the process. We can only theorize as to why the aliens would utilize what appears to be a savage, unpredictable creature. In any case, this is certainly not a creature to be trifled with, and our troops would do well to exercise extreme caution when engaging this species. Targeting another example in the field through the unit analysis view may provide additional information. One final note, which may be of particular interest in regards to our own genetic enhancement. Oh, this is what I was hoping for. We have finally managed to isolate the Chryssalid exoskeleton's sensory capabilities, and they were in fact electroceptors, as I had initially suspected. It is my hope that we can use this discovery to enhance our soldiers' own abilities in regards to sensing and detecting enemy movement in the field. Ooh. Bioelectric skin available in Gene Lab. Needle grenade available for manufacture, and kitten plating available for manufacture. That is really good. Light plating made from the Chryssalid exoskeleton. This material provides additional protection and a significant reduction to melee damage sustained. It is also sturdy enough to provide a strangulation countermeasure. Initially, before the Seekers were added in Enemy Within, this was just plain up armor. But you could only take one item like nanoweave. It was significantly better than nanoweave, in fact better in every measurable way. But you could still only have one thing. But now we can have two thanks to tactical rigging. This may start to appear in my setup. Needle grenade, a variation of the frag grenade. This weapon does equivalent damage over a much larger area, but the projectiles cannot penetrate cover. Thus, unit in cover relative to the center of the blast will be unaffected. Okay. By electric skin, the soldier projects an electric field from his or her skin, revealing but not alerting nearby enemies, and is immune to strangulation. We will do 1 or 2 more, I think. The Mechtoid. I'm very curious about this one. This robotic cybersuit is designed for a sectoid pilot. It appears that the suit's cybernetic interface somehow with the sectoid's innate mental powers. We should consider this if we decide to apply this type of technology to our own soldiers.
We were only able to recover the suit's central core.
That's a shame.
The pilot's corpse also survived intact. The armor itself is quite interesting. The design is highly responsive while still providing extraordinary strength.
Alright, codename Goliath. Well, that's quite fitting. As it appears that the sectoid creature within this mechanized armor is of the same biological makeup we had seen previously, most of our efforts were spent disassembling and analyzing. Why? I haven't autopsied the sectoids yet. This is what I'm talking about. It's assuming the path that I have taken through the game, and that is not the path that I have taken. Damn it. In close collaboration with Dr. Shen's team, of course. As our soldiers quickly discovered in the field, the suit is equipped with 2 substantially larger and more powerful plasma weapons when compared with the standard sectoid equipment. The armor itself provides a great deal of protection to the operator while also maintaining an impressive degree of mobility. The suit is capable of climbing over rough terrain and seems to have no trouble even with staircases and other obstacles. Ooh, that's an improvement over ours. As it is also maneuverable enough to operate confidently in enclosed spaces. One of the more interesting discoveries we've made while examining this subject is that the suit's armor plating appears to interfere to some degree with the sectoid pilot's unique mental capabilities. I can assume that this was an unintended consequence of the additional armor plating. The aliens sacrificed what would appear to be an extremely powerful ability as a trade-off for an increase in sheer combat power. However, it should be noted that the aliens seem to have offset the potential disadvantage by implementing a new technology. The small module located within the armor's core appears to serve as a sort of amplifier for these telepathic abilities. When targeted by an alien unit, rather than linking the two, the amplifier seems to take this power and use it to form a sort of shield around the suit. Our troops should be wary of this capability as the suit is already quite formidable without the additional shielding in place. Yes, it is. Okay. Advanced servo motors. After a thorough examination, we've been able to replicate the articulated joints of the Mechtoid, allowing for mobility improvements in both our cybersuits and Shiv units. New project in the Foundry. And shaped armor. The Invaders' mechanized cybersuits are, of course, somewhat more advanced than our own. By examining the interfaces between the armored shells and the cores, we could improve our overall armor design. This has the potential to increase tactical survivability for all of our mechanized forces. That would be very, very good. Ooh. And now, last but not least, let's go for thin men, and that's the last autopsy we're going to be doing. At least this side of the council report. These aliens were clearly intended to be used as infiltrators, moving among us and observing without raising an alarm. Their incredible range of motion is of particular interest to our own genetic research program.
The tall one has, up until this point, been unofficially referred to as the Thin Man. Initial testing has revealed a concerted effort by the aliens to modify this specimen's genetic structure in such a way as to make it appear human. However, on closer inspection, they seem to have had some trouble concealing the eyes, which
it's always the eyes.
Reptilian in nature.
Animated movies have exactly the same problem. It's always the eyes. Codename Viperus. Now that is a reference to the original Xcom, in which thin men were actually snake men. The subject's external appearance is that of a Caucasian male. I would guess its age to be approximately 35 years old, although it's quite likely this is an artificial effect intentionally affixed by the aliens. The specimen is roughly 2 meters in height and weighs just over 80 kilograms. Despite its outward appearance, upon dissection, the creature's unique organ and bone structure is revealed to be distinctly alien in nature. The subject's bones are segmented, rather like the vertebrae of a serpent. This segmented structure appears to give the creature a spectacular range of motion in combat. It is possible, through our own genetic modification program, that we may be able to replicate the unique connective tissues that allow for this remarkable flexibility. If successful, our soldiers could see drastic improvements in their own physical mobility and resilience. A large portion of the specimen's thoracic cavity is devoted to enormous glands capable of producing a toxin that is then expelled via ducts with considerable force. After a thorough chemical analysis of the subject's venom, we've theorized that it could be used as a powerful disinfectant to treat our soldiers' injuries in the field. Dr. Shen is working to develop a means to integrate this substance into our existing medkits for future deployment. Targeting another example of the specimen in the field using the unit analysis view may reveal further details. Muscle fiber density available in the G-Lab. Now that isn't... Oh, and gas grenade, actually. Those are two things that I've not seen before. Our advanced research in alien physiology has allowed us to synthesize a modified version of the poison projected by the Thin Men and containerize it in a grenade form. Improved medkit. The flexible physiology of the Thin Men has given us new ideas of improving our medkits. We now believe we can increase by 50% the amount of healing delivered in a single charge. That is fantastic. And muscle fiber density confers superhuman leg strength, enabling the soldiers to reach high positions without the need for ladders or other climbing aids. Now that is really interesting, because that would mean you could wear the heaviest type of armor, because previously you'd either have to have like Archangel armor to have jump jets, or skeletal armor to have the grappling hook, but you could wear the heaviest form of armor and have this ability and still be as mobile. That is interesting. Now, of all the things, in fact, skeletal suit is there, but we're not going to be looking at that. We want a UFO power source so that we can get the Illyrium power generator. With the element known as Illyrium housed within this compact device is somehow responsible for generating the enormous amounts of power consumed by the alien vessels. We can use this technology to increase the capability not of a fighter craft, but of mechs. Oh, I didn't realize that. Yes. Begin. Only 9 days? My lord, that's fantastic. I am impressed. Now, let's check out the foundry. What have we got? Improved medkits. The flexible physiology of the Thin Men has given us new ideas, blah, 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 blah. We could start that. Advanced servo motors needs a little bit more money. And shaped armor needs a bit more money too. I'm tempted. What about items? What can we buy? Needle grenade, gas grenade, ghost grenade, flashbang, respirator implant, chitin plating. Okay, light plating made from the chrysalid exoskeleton. This material provides additional protection and a significant reduction to melee damage sustained. It's also sturdy enough to provide a strangulation countermeasure. Well, it's going to add additional protection and a significant reduction to melee damage. Should we go ahead and build one of these and just see how good it's going to be? I think we should. Okay. Also, on that note, let me just access the gene lab and see what we can do. If I wanted to, for example, genetically modify Cerberus, what could I do to him? I could give him a new heart. That sounds quite handy. Ah, yeah, bioelectric skin is something that's added onto... that you do instead of, I can only assume. And legs is instead of adaptive bone marrow. Well, I kind of think that would be bad. Why I can't have both of those, I don't know. Because it's a game, I suppose, and they need to balance it, but still, damn it. I want to give my soldiers the power of gods. Well, I want to give myself the power of a god, and my soldiers the power of demigods. Someone's got to keep them in line. Alright then, we have done quite a lot, and I want to go to the barracks and check out what that chitin plating is like. Let's have a look. If I gave that to you, let's see what it does. Confers 4 extra health, reduces damage from melee attacks. Well, what does... Let me zoom out a moment. Who would have... Would it be... Samsara, do you have the nano weave vest? Yes, you do. Well, how much does this give? Confers to... Okay, so it gives twice as much health, prevents strangulation, and massively reduces melee damage. So those would be great to take with you for your forward troops on a panic mission where you're guaranteed you're going to have something that's capable of meleeing you, that is Chrysalids. They would also be good for berserker mutants once they start showing up. And I'm not sure that the mech droid would ever punch you, but I don't think that would really save you, even if it did. So, yeah. But we'll give that to you for now, instead of the other vest. And that actually brings you up quite a lot. Very nice indeed. Okay, so what are we waiting on next? Satellite over the United States and covert operation in 1 day. Okay, well, let's go to mission control and scan for some activity, shall we? Okay, here we go. Lilith is ready for us to come and get her. But we are going to be doing that in the next episode, I am afraid. We have done a lot of research in this one, so a lot of time has passed, and I don't want to start a mission right now because it would just extend the episode. It's very unlikely we could finish it in 10 minutes. So I'm going to wrap this one up here. In the next episode, we are going to be going off to extract Lilith. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It's a bit of a bassy one, but, you know, we have to have one of those every now and then. And I've been due a break, damn it. It's been all go ever since I started this Let's Play. But I hope you'll be joining us for the next episode. But until then, do take care.